What is going on, boys? I am back here to give you guys my three best MLB bets for today, April 28th, 2022. To start things off, like always, we got to go over yesterday's slate before we get into today's. The first pick that we had yesterday actually was the only one that did not cash out, and that was the Seattle Mariners plus a half on the run line in the first 5 innings. Ramirez actually got a single to bring a run home, and then of course Kevin Kiermaier in the 4th inning getting that 2-run homer definitely ruined everything that was expected to cover. And of course, you go down 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th. You don't expect to get 3 runs in 1 inning if you're Seattle. So the run support was not there for Gonzales yesterday, which is unfortunate because, like I mentioned, one of the better pitchers on the team. They just couldn't get the job done. They got 2 runs later on in the game, but they still lost to the Rays. So that one didn't cash out. And then the other 2 actually cashed. The Red Sox first 5 money line, I think it was a void. It was 1-1 after 5, so I got my money back there. It was a push. It was frustrating. I mean, Walker looked great for the most part. Ross Stripling he had a quick first inning, and then after that, you could see that he was allowing a lot of Red Sox players to get on base, but luckily for the Jays yesterday, the Red Sox did leave quite a bit on base. But again, I think it was the 4th inning, the Red Sox allowed a run, and that was it. It ended up being a tie. But other than that, Michael Wacha, he has continued to look pretty damn comfortable and really, really solid for the Red Sox, as he kind of has to be because Red Sox pitching has been a problem. And of course, the third pick of the day, the Miami Marlins first 5 money line obviously hit at -164. I was never really, worried. Pablo Lopez has been absolutely incredible out the gate for this team. He is looking like one of the most improved pitchers that I have seen to start the year. So Miami Marlins first 5 money line, Pablo Lopez throwing a gem, that one covered. So yesterday we went 2-1. We went 1-1, which means I believe we're now 5-3-2 to start the year with the picks here, which I can't really complain. 2 voids. I guess you're going to see a little bit more with the MLB than any other sport. But getting into today's video, the first pick that I have for today is the Toronto Blue Jays first 5 money line against the Boston Red Sox at -128 odds. Alek Manoah has been absolutely incredible since coming into the majors. I think right now he's spotting a 3 ERA. He's looking incredible. His control is there. His velocity is there. And once he gets his fastball a little more consistent and his slider, watch out because his changeup is just so important to him. And his fastball continuously going at 97 miles per hour. His velocity has stayed steady for him. And I think Manoah here is the better pitcher. Whitlock, he's been pretty good to start for the Boston Red Sox, but again, the Blue Jays are 12-6 against righties this year. They have a really, really great home record. And again, the Blue Jays have rarely lost back-to-back games since going back to Toronto in July of last year. So I think this is a great bounce-back spot. Manoah, to me, is the better pitcher here. And of course, the Boston Red Sox, again, here's another stat that favors this bet. They're 4-10 against righties this year. So they've struggled mightily against right-handed pitchers. And yes, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. is out for the Toronto Blue Jays tonight. But I think an even more impactful player that is out for the Boston Red Sox is Xander Bogaerts, who's easily been, in my eyes, their best batter. So without Xander Bogaerts, with Alek Manoah on the mound, who's probably the better pitcher, at least in my eyes, I'm taking the Blue Jays first 5 money line at -128. My second pick of the day is the Houston Astros -0.5 on the run line through the first 5 innings with Justin Verlander on the mound. The guy has just been absolutely dominant. I wanted to take the first 5 money line, but it's at -170. That's way too high. I don't want to take that. So I'm taking the -0.5 on the first 5 innings on the run line at -120. I think that's a pretty good bet here. If the bat can get going for Houston early on, I can easily see them, covering this bet. I mean, he's going up against a pitcher that I believe he is better in Martin Perez. Perez has been pretty solid, a 3.86 ERA. He is unfortunately 0-2, but Verlander, a 1.89 ERA. He's looked so good, so dominant with the strikeouts the last 2 games that he's pitched. I really like the Houston Astros -0.5 on the run line here through first five. I think Bregman, I think Brantley, I think even Gurriel and even Yordan Alvarez can maybe get a home run, maybe get a couple runs that they can, bat in for Justin Verlander, because Verlander, for the most part, he's not allowing more than 2 or 3 earned runs, knock on wood, in the starts that he has. So my second pick is the Houston Astros -0.5 first 5 run line at -120 odds. And my final play of the day is the Cleveland Guardians at +0.5 on the run line through the first 5 innings against the LA Angels. I think Quantrill is a pretty decent pitcher. Again, I'm not going to say he's good. I'm not going to say he's spectacular. I think he does bring some good stuff. He can last you about, on average, 6 innings. His strikeouts will not impress you at all. I think he's averaging about 3 strikeouts in his starts this year. But I do like this bet simply because they're 13-4 in their last 17 against the Angels. Detmers has lasted only about 4.5 innings in the starts that he's been in this year. He has struggled with a 6.57 ERA. I think the Cleveland Guardians can take advantage here. Again, I'm always going to back up Jose Ramirez. Even Steven Kwan and Franmil Reyes have looked really, really comfortable early on in the lineup for the Guardians. So my final pick of the day is the +0.5 on the run line for the Cleveland Guardians at +100 odds. So I'm going to go over my picks again today for the MLB. The first is the Blue Jays first 5 money line with Manoah going on the mound at -128. My second is the -0.5 on the run line with Justin Verlander on the mound at -120 for the Astros. And my third pick of the day is the Cleveland Guardians at +0.5 on the run line through the first 5 innings with Quantrill on the mound. This is Twin Lads. These are my 3 best MLB picks of the day. Let's get that cash.